those San Francisco nights were the best in town. Just by chance you crossed the diamond with the pearl. You turned it on the world. That's when you turn the world around.
I'm back. I'm better than ever. Me, it's Travis Losh, and this is Mystery Titans Theater. And I'm thrilled. It's after a brief hiatus. I'm back here with your friend and mine, Johnny Hedgepeth. Johnny, how are you? Thanks for holding down the fort last show, by the way.
Oh, hey, no problem, man. And sorry to everyone for the shitty video quality on that, but
yeah, we've cleaned that right up right now, as you can tell. This time Kelly's not with us, but we have in his place returning friend, the pride of Massachusetts, Mr. Peter Winson. How you doing, sir?
This is an absolute thrill, and I said on my podcast, this is like Christmas. It comes up around this time every year, middle of July.
Awesome.
I'm gonna have a blast doing this. Love it.
Yeah, we're thrilled to have you back, bud. It's a summer tradition. This is a playlist that Johnny has put together with some requests from Peter and mine, but also with our friend Jenny, who was supposed to make it but had to cancel at the last second. So not a big deal. It'll be tons of fun regardless. So this one you need me to turn up here, Johnny.
Oh boy.
You know something? I've been in the Navy. I've been in the Merchant Marines. I've been a Sea Scout. I've been everything there is around water. And I know, and you know, and my brothers and sisters know, how do you catch the big fish? What you do? What do? Right.
Look at Dory.
And you throw it out there. You throw the net out. When you take the net, then you catch the big
I'm
fish.
sorry, Dory Funk standing there is just killing me.
Yeah.
TV match with Dory Funk.
I think he's on acid.
I do not know this man.
We're gonna give you that match right on TV, and don't you think
They're teaming up together.
Interesting. There must be their full episode of this.
Oh,
What
yeah,
year
I can
is
find
this?
84. He just shaved his
84.
beard. Listen.
Yeah.
I will cut your hair bald. He's gonna look like Knucklehead Smith.
Knucklehead Smith?
This is the beginning of the feud.
Yeah.
The Paul Jones. They shaved his beard.
Okay. All right. So here we
it is,
go.
boys.
And here's where we got to say we do not support or endorse any of the noises or sounds or phrases, I guess, right, Johnny? That will come out of the crowd.
Like I mentioned before, ECW did a show in Belmar, New Jersey, which is a resort town, which my brother and sister-in-law lived 5-minute walk from this place. I didn't know the show happened until I read it in the paper a week later, and I was always like, fuck, I would have loved to go. It was at Bar A, a place I used to go to. I would have, one of those beach bars that has, volleyball and a big a lot in the back to do shit. And then when I watched this entire thing ahead of time, I would go, I would have been there definitely with my ex-wife, and we would have had to have left because there was no way she would have put up with this fucking crowd.
Right. Kevin Lyon, our friend. Taro in the chat. Good to see you again, buddy.
Hey, Taro.
Yeah.
But this is the Jersey Shore. This is where I lived.
I took a peek to see where it was on the Jersey Shore, and I guess for anybody watching this, a lot of people might know where Asbury Park is. It's 3 towns south of that, apparently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
it's not that big, but it is a resort town. I have partied in Belmar during the summer, and it is full of assholes.
Are there big differences between North Shore, like Jersey Shore to the north and Jersey Shore to the south? Because I know that there is just in New Jersey in general.
Yeah, well, it's there's not much of a Jersey Shore up north because it's not the ocean isn't conducive to it in the towns. Yeah. It all starts halfway down.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah,
that's a good.
It all starts halfway down. Yeah, it gets It gets more mellow the more south you go. Wildwood is down south, and that's kind of a bunch of assholes too. But you get down to Cape May, and it's really
Edith Francine's.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
this is like I said,
Moose wants to know how many exits from this town.
what's the exit for Belmar? That's the old Jersey joke. I don't remember. Like I said, my ex-brother-in-law and sister-in-law lived a 5-minute walk from here.
I mean, no disrespect, but if Al Qaeda had attacked this show instead of the World Trade Center, nobody would have missed any of these people.
Hey, the people the fine people who worked at Bar A were always good to me when I drank.
Oh, okay, we'll get them out of there first. They were tipped off.
Well, here's the thing though. I wonder, because this is a Rob Feinstein, that Rob Feinstein production, because they used to release these. He put out these for ECW, but he's not doing the filming. He's got some youngsters doing it for him, and you need to, when they get some crowd shots, watch for it.
There's already been like a tech mistake. And
no, not many girls here, but the ones that are there, they sure to zoom in on them. Many of them probably underage. And at first I was like, this fucking creep. And at one point in it, you hear the girl who's directing this go, get a shot of the girl. Get a shot of the girl. It's like, oh yeah. There we go. There's number one.
There we go.
Oh, also, just to let you know about it, when the Dudleys come out, roided up. There was a roided up frat boy, really drunk, trying to like run in the ring. Bubba Ray Dudley is just fucking with him until the guy has to be kicked out of the place.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just saw that like it was somebody posted the Heat Wave '99 thing, and I was watching that again, and I just remember thinking he did the same thing the year before, and the crowd just didn't react quite as much to it as people remember. But yeah, I mean he would do that. I have to admit, though, watching this show, because it's an ECW show in June of 1997, I'm going to have a personal crisis here, because guess which month and year I started watching ECW?
There we go.
June of 1997.
Love it.
The late Louis Spicoli.
Yeah.
Wow. We're going to see you in the crowd. Peter, this was your Cinema Paradiso moment.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the guy, the shirtless steroid guy there but also, I can't speak for the entire crowd. You'll hear a few chants, but the cameraman is sure to be standing next to the worst bunch of frat boys who are just the worst.
Really? Yeah. And so you're hearing them loud and clear is what you're saying.
You hear them loud and clear. You're not,
Who's the ring announcer?
Oh, I forget his name.
Either they were getting on his ass or it was the sound guy's ass. I couldn't tell.
They're getting on everybody's ass.
And
they're called, and everyone's being called the F word. And wait till you see.
The other F word. Oh, geez.
Yeah, the other. Okay. But wait, just to give you a little teaser, PG-13 is on this show. So Jamie Dundee plays this crowd like a fiddle, plays their homophobia like a fiddle.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's very funny.
All right, I gotta admit, I know I made my request and all, but had I known that such a thing existed, I would have said, could you give me Jamie Dundee in front of one of the trashiest audiences you could possibly find outside of Memphis? Oh my God.
So Kevin's telling us, seeing this is outside, it's probably hot. So I wonder if guys are going to avoid taking bumps if that mat is burning hot.
Oh yeah,
we'll see. Does it look like Taz is wearing leggings?
Holy shit! Moose is saying the first USC they had in Saudi Arabia, the mat was 114 degrees Celsius.
Also
Fahrenheit. Pardon me.
Another reminder: this is a bar, so almost everyone there is shit-faced.
Right. Who is this? Who is Taz working
Louis Spicoli.
Oh, Spicoli, as you said. Yes. Pardon me. My ECW knowledge is spotty.
But no, he was Radford in WWF, and then he came here and he was Louis Spicoli, and he got enough buzz that he got signed to WCW, and he was like the guy trying to get into the NWO, and he was very entertaining, and then he died of a drug overdose.
He's 26 here. I mean, but he'd been wrestling for like 10 years.
Yeah. Kevin saying, Peter, if you want Dundee in front of a trash crowd, watch him on Springer.
Oh, I didn't know that existed either.
Oh no, he played. Okay, he was on Springer multiple times, playing all different characters.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
Jerry
a
Springer.
plant for
Jerry.
them, right?
Oh, gee, Jerry Springer was a work. I can't believe it.
It's like Chris Chelios doing the ring announcing.
Let me tell you, as someone who lived at the Jersey Shore, we almost never went anywhere during the summer where the tourists and the frat boys and the assholes were. We avoided it like the fucking plague.
One of the things I really enjoyed about Taz during this time period is, like, even on house shows, he would face like a weird variety of opponents. Like basically everybody in the company, it felt like.
So what belt does he have at this time?
The FTW belt.
Still, even back then.
Is it the FTW, or did he
Is it
have
or the world?
I think he had the TV title or whatever they call it.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
yeah.
97.
Yeah, the TV title in '97, and then he lost it to Bigelow when they did the crash. When they did the crash.
Holy shit!
Spot.
Yeah, tap.
That's
Nice.
it.
Taz squash.
Wow. All right. Well, Spicoli's just tapping because the ring mat is too hot.
Yeah,
He's not even really actually touching it. He just wants to get out of it.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. Taz, Louis Spicoli should be able to last fucking 30 seconds with Taz at this point.
Moose was saying
No,
WCW is in Oklahoma City, and Shivani said Goldberg is the bomb, and Spicoli said you can't say bomb in Oklahoma City.
That's funny. He was funny. He was really funny.
And Matt's wondering, our buddy Matt P, wondering, did Chris Candido have a hand in bringing Spicoli into the ECW? They had the syndicated show feud.
Maybe.
And were a tag team in WWF together.
Oh, look, a young Howard Stern was there. Just knows all him.
Kevin thinks it's the TV title.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it said ECW on it. So who was world champ at this point?
I think it was Terry Funk still.
Okay. What's funny, when I said I read about this in the paper, wrestling was so hot at this point, and then the Asbury Park Press for a while had a Friday like supplement, like news by teens for teens with like young journalism kids, and there of course was a wrestling column, and he was there and reported on this show and took pictures.
Well, I just thank God that I didn't grow up in that area, because I probably would have been the reporter on that said thing. And I would look back and I was like, I'd be like, what a mark.
And even though, here we go.
Oh,
and
yes.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Again, even though it's a bar, it's not 21 and over. I see a few youngsters in here. Like this kid.
Oh, the big Don, Tommy Rich. I gotta just share my big WrestleCon story. He pissed at the urinal right after me.
Awesome.
I didn't talk to him because I would have felt it would have been disrespectful to address a former NWA champion in the John.
Warmed it up for you, Tommy.
Look at that shirt. You should have said that.
That's awesome.
You should have said, Big Don, I warmed it up for you.
It's not the flag with Tommy's face on it, though, is it?
Oh, no, that's not that one.
Kevin, they flew in Spicoli. They flew in Spicoli. Yeah, they flew in Spicoli for like literally a minute and a half there, right?
Flew in.
Yeah,
Jersey.
He's coming. Yeah, but he's coming from California, isn't he? Isn't that where he's based out of?
Dude, they're all working in ECW. They're all definitely.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Philadelphia.
Probably sleeping on Dreamer's couch. I'd imagine,
something like that.
Anything, yeah.
You think? Hold on. You think Paul Lee was flying in Louis Spicoli?
You know how many airlines have the little sign of Paul Heyman that says "Do not accept checks from this man."
I just imagine the ECW looking like the plane, looking at like the plane in Major League,
Oh no!
Where's the twin
Very-
propellers?
Only a few people got the fly-in treatment, and at one point, it was a Candido's credit card that he ran up to everything and never
That's
paid
funny.
him back. It was something like that. Yeah.
It was either him or Dreamer. Yeah, yeah.
No, definitely Jiro, but I think it was definitely Candido that he
Yeah.
just
Okay.
yeah.
There's
He
that
totally
puka
fucked.
necklace, the shell
Uh-huh.
necklace there. Gosh, I hope those ladies got out of here all right.
This does make me kind of wish that I had ever been to a wrestling show on a beach because
I mean,
Right.
it looks awesome. It looks
Yeah.
awesome, and I'm sure that if I had been there, I would have found a place to be away from the worst assholes. But we would have been drinking in the hot sun, so who knows what might have happened. Me and my wife drinking in the hot sun at this fucking show. I mean, she could have just walked 5 minutes back to my brother. It would have been just me and my brother-in-law, I guess, and my wife and the sister-in-law would have been hanging back at the house. That could have been interesting.
Is that Christopher Rysak in on the side of the ring there? Matt P is a local wrestler. That's Perry Saturn, right?
Yeah,
On
it's
the
the
outside.
eliminators.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Perry's hurt at this point, so yeah. So this is Kronos versus Tracy Smothers.
Smothers. Oh,
Yeah.
The dream match I never knew I wanted.
You know,
Oh, I love Tracy Smothers though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've said it before. My absolute favorite ECW act of all time, and in my top 5 acts of all time, is this version of the Full-Blooded Italians. I thought it was
Hilarious.
the funniest thing. I loved all 3 guys. All 3 guys are awesome. Tommy Rich playing this character with his big fat red face on the Italian flag,
Yes.
and them coming out to entrance. I was like, this is my favorite thing in wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, like ECW used to run Revere, Massachusetts, which is in a very heavily Italian town just north of Boston. And when one of the biggest heat that I've ever seen at a show where I was like really close to the ring was when he unfurled that flag with his picture on it, and all these Italian dudes who were at the dog track for the night watching wrestling, I just fucking lose their shit.
Kevin keeps saying he wants to see. He keeps trying to see who's dumb enough to not take or keep their. You got to keep your shirt on with this hot mat, this hot canvas.
Guido with the veteran move. Keep
Yep.
it on. He doesn't have to apply sunblock that way.
So is it Kronos and okay, wait.
Kronos
Here
and
we go.
Smothers.
There we go. There you go. Sorry.
Where's my pizza?
Yeah, that was always funny. The "Where's my pizza" chant was always very funny at the FBI.
You gotta admire Tracy Smothers. He had to play a Southern boy, an Italian guy, a random dude from Wyoming. I mean, he belonged to more states than Mitt Romney.
Southern boy. I mean, come on. He was a Confederate soldier lost in time.
Yeah.
Him and Scott Armstrong went to a time portal from 1864.
Until Big Dust came in and it's like, yeah, Daddy, you're moving to Wyoming, and you're gonna wear light brown. I'm trying to listen to this crowd again to pick up
They've
on
already
like
been,
the one dude.
they've already been
I've heard a
dropping
couple. I've heard a couple. Yeah.
It does have the feel. I know he's from Ohio, but it has the feel of that Woodstock '99 documentary where I feel like I'm going to see.
I
The
was
Miz
just thinking
any
that. Yeah,
second.
I totally thought that when we were cutting to the crowd earlier. Thought that exact same thing. This totally has Woodstock '99 vibes at it.
Uh-oh.
Break stuff. Break stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's so much guys, the same guys yelling at the F word who also yell "suck my dick" at the wrestlers, that it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Hilarious.
You didn't really think that through, did you?
Yeah.
You can occasionally hear someone who is there as an ECW fan, because it's something that is like related to the matches, or they know some shit. And then there's just a ton of drunken frat boy assholes who just are screaming F at everybody.
So how big is ECW at this time?
In 97, it was pretty huge.
Summer 97.
Yeah, 97, it was right off the first pay-per-view. Everything just started going downhill after that.
Yeah.
I felt like Tony Soprano. I got in at the end. All the good stuff already happened. Literally, the first match I ever watched was the final Raven Tommy Dreamer one. And, I mean, I enjoyed it pretty much up to the point where they went to TNN, and then it just did not feel like the kind of renegade thing anymore.
Right.
So, yeah.
There was a lot of great acts, though, in those dying days. There was some, like, Tajiri and Mikey Whipwreck as the Unholy Alliance with James Mitchell. They were great. The FBI, there was a renewed FBI. Guido and little whatever, the little Tony Marinara or some
yeah,
Tony Mamaluke.
Oh yeah.
It was good stuff, but you could tell it was swirl and drain. I was at the very last ECW show held at the ECW arena, and it was my first ECW show.
Well, I was very happy this past WrestleMania weekend that I was able to go to a show at, I guess, what is now known as the 2300 Arena. But like by mid '99, they were really trying to like outgrow where they were, and they weren't playing the Wonderland Greyhound Park in Revere anymore. And anything else was like a 35-mile drive for me, and it's like I don't know. And understand, in Boston, ECW aired on the Spanish channel at like midnight. So like I found this by accident, which I feel like is probably a pretty common story for
That's how I found it. That's how I found it at a bar. Well, dude, I was a fan and watching it when it was still they still ran the ECW arena every month, which was only an hour and 10 minutes away from my house, and I never felt like going because I knew I'd have to ask my wife if I could. Can I go to this thing that I know you don't want to go to?
I can understand why. I mean, one of the things I remember about the show that I went to is, like, I think they printed the wrong time on the tickets because it's impossible for any promotion to be competent that runs that arena. They're like, doors open at 7, and
Does it still smell like piss? Or they clean that place up?
They did clean it up a bit. Like, I actually had like a Dogfish Head 90-minute IPA in there, and all I could think about was, I'm drinking this very highly regarded beer from about 15 years ago in this arena that was very highly regarded 25 years ago, but it's actually kind of nice now. Like, I'm not afraid to go to the bathroom here.
Oh, dude, that bathroom, dude. This was 2000, right? When they folded, it was it was Christmas 2000, and that bathroom was fucking. I can't. It was like, it's like the one in Train Spotting. It was
right. I don't know if that canvas is as hot as you think there, Taro.
Well, Kronos is crazy, and so's Tracy Smothers. Those metal rails should be pretty hot too.
Right. Like a seat belt. Whenever the metal part hits you. Ow! When you're wearing shorts as a kid.
Yeah, it is hilarious that the Big Don chose to wear all black out there in this fucking heat. He's just sweating.
Well, his shirt says something different.
It says "Trust me."
Right?
Trust
yeah.
me.
I'm like, what is he, fucking Jake Roberts over here? Jesus.
Man, oh God, that was, you could hear a 11-year-old there.
Oh, they do the "you fucked up" chants. I didn't like that even then, and I was like,
I know, it's wild that it was still,
I mean, I was a smarmy smark, and when I was like 18 to 21, but like, even then I was kind of like, all right, let's
Yeah.
cut the guy a break. I remember
Yeah.
Dusty whiffing on an elbow in the '90 Rumble, and I don't remember holding it against him or the Orlando crowd turning on him, being like,
yes.
"You fucked up. Go ahead, Sapphire. Take gifts from somebody else." Yeah.
I do. When I was younger, I felt the same way when I was, I guess, 15, and I first heard boring. And I was like, fuck
Right.
you. I totally.
I always understood that the Philadelphia audience invented the boring chant.
chant.
I will. I'll tell you. I first heard it on WWF Saturday morning TV. It was like the first Harley race match they showed when he was there. He was Handsome Harley.
619.
And it was Handsome Harley, and I heard boring on TV, and I was like, fuck you. That's Harley Race, my 15-year-old. And then I heard it live. I was a Philly kid. We went to all those shows at the Civic Center, and it was a Bullet Bob Armstrong versus somebody in like an opening match at the Civic Center, and there was a boring chant, and me and Joe Danzo, Travis, were just like, fuck you with it.
Yeah.
Like, because we're part of that Philly crowd. We grew up giant assholes who cheered the heels, but we were saying,
heels.
fuck you. Yeah, we're
not going to say boring during a match. Yeah, what's your thing? And same thing. It's the same thing. Yeah. But that was an 80s development, I think, the boring chant.
But out of curiosity, that Harley race match, was it the match that he had against Gurria early on? Because Gurria, as I recall, Gurria sandbagged him. Yeah.
Okay. No. That was when he made his appearance. I'm talking when he joined the circus and became the king.
Okay. So later in '86.
Yeah. But it wasn't filmed in where they normally film it. I remember going, where was this filmed? And I've barely ever seen Harley Race actually wrestle, but I read all the magazines and I got all fucking nerdy and defensive. Fuck you, that's fucking Harley Race.
Moose in the chat. Jack Tunney, great president or the greatest president?
You know what? I don't want to talk president right now because blow my fucking
good Jesus Christ. World's so fucking fucked up right now.
It's amazing that he served 11 years. That's all I'm gonna say. Jack Tunney, the Franklin fucking Delano Roosevelt of WWF president. Nowadays they have term limits for these fucks, you know.
Because of Tunney that they created him.
I always loved it when whoever were like, oh, that crooked Tunney. When he never did anything but just announce matches.
Yeah.
He was a very, very boring man.
That's why we tried to spice him up every time he comes up and imagine he's a real asshole.
Well,
it's when he gets on the mic.
The most exciting thing that ever happened to him was the insinuation that Elizabeth was giving him blowjobs by Bad News Brown. That's literally the most exciting thing.
Give me Kronos' career highlight. I don't know anything about him.
This is it.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Didn't he win didn't he like defend the tag titles once, like by himself? Or, like,
what I'm saying is
Saturn.
Was it?
Yeah,
there's Saturn.
Saturn dropping stunners.
Yeah, Kronos. I mean, Kronos wasn't really very good. He was one of your ECW hide the weakness guys, and well, look at that, right?
Yeah, 450.
But a guy his size who could do some shit. You think, well, like WCW was hiring everybody. Like, you think Kronos would end up? Kronos was apparently. I can't remember. I want to call him really stupid, or he might actually be mentally disabled, and I'd feel bad.
Okay.
No, for real. Like,
okay.
He's not quite right.
It was an offshoot of the old British Bulldog situation, when Davey Boy struck out on his own and was like, you know what, Dynamite, we're done. I'm not even going to tell you. I'm just going to sign with another company, and then and they won't want you. I think it was the same with Saturn and Kronos.
Totally.
Yeah.
Saturn wanted to get the fuck away from him.
Yeah. You know, dudes like that, they get tired of babysitting problem children. Like when Buddy Rogers had to babysit Snooker in 1983.
or
Can
when
you
Ricky-
imagine what kind of job that is to
Yeah, for an
babysit?
old man. For an old man.
This guy just wants to sit home and watch the PGA Tour, and he has to go follow Jimmy Snooker from
Hey, there we go.
crack dealer to
Number
crack.
2.
Yep.
I think that was the girl from Len. Steal My Sunshine came out 25 years ago this week. Reading about that.
Number 3, very underage. Very underage.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Same thing with the babysitting. The Steamboat Youngblood tag team, one of the most successful babyface tag teams of all time. That was what happened. Ricky Steamboat was like, "I'm sick of fucking number 4." He was sick of babysitting Jay Youngblood, who then died like a couple months later.
Yeah.
Here's where we spot. Oh, look at these fucking pinheads.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I'll let you know when I see a woman who's over 18
Yeah.
in this crowd.
I think we caught a couple of 19-year-olds and maybe early 20s who were there with their frat boy boyfriends, but we also caught some 14-year-olds too. And hey, there's one for you.
She's older, yeah.
We got to get one of the older chicks. Just get all the chicks. We want to prove that women come to this shit.
Right. I keep expecting to see the zipper, the ride jump over the horizon in the background, you know?
I mean, it could,
Feels like-
you know,
yeah.
there could be, trust me, growing up here, there could be a carnival. Here we go.
Yeah. Someone singing the Nation of Domination theme song.
Yeah, they were the rappers in the Nation of Domination. Axel Rotten.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the battle royal. Okay.
Oh, okay.
They actually had them all come out and do a battle
I was
royal.
like, I was just here.
I'm sure they all. I'm sure
Supernova.
the guys working this just loved having to go back out there and
Right
stand
back
in the
out.
sun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bobby Duncombe Jr.
Looks like he's about to throw up.
Hey man, that's a get in the state of New Jersey. Bobby Duncombe Jr.
I had
His
no
dad
idea.
worked Bruno.
I had no idea Bobby Duncombe Jr. ever was in ECW at all, and I was
Yeah.
watching at this time. That's a shocker.
I'd imagine some guys probably dipped in around this time.
Hey,
just
there's
to get a
Spike
quick
Dudley.
paycheck.
Spike, yeah.
Mikey Whipwreck
Yeah.
Sandman.
and Sandman, of course. Not drinking, which is hilarious.
Raven or
Pitbulls.
Rhino.
No, those are the pit bulls.
Okay.
Was he not allowed to drink because it was outside? Was it some sort of borough
I shouldn't have.
rules?
Hey man, dude, I turned into a total asshole drinking in the hot sun. I get it. And Balls Mahoney here, he's the hometown boy. He's from this area. He's what the two biggest wrestlers from my area were Bam Bam Bigelow and Balls Mahoney, basically. He's in the main event of the show. God, look at fucking Nova wearing his entire fucking outfit out in that heat. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Duncombe didn't even take off his vest. he forgot to sunblock, clearly. Was that Rob Van Dam I saw in there?
No.
Oh,
He-
okay.
he's coming up later.
Okay.
You think Van Dam's gonna go out in this fucking? No way.
Yeah, you have a future. All right. We're sending the guys out who have
Well, did you just think about Rob Van Dam? He's in a high-profile match on this show. Like, say, Rob, I need you to go out and do the battle royal. Go fuck yourself, Paul. It's not fucking happening.
Balls. I knew that chant was coming sooner rather
Yeah.
than later. Looks like the ambiguously gay duo, like our one
Yeah,
member of.
Supernova. Yeah, Supernova. Simon Dean. And Tommy Rich has to work this one.
he's got I know Tommy Rich isn't winning this, so I'm looking forward to seeing Tommy Rich take the bump.
Go over the top rope. Yeah.
Did they just have like sand at ringside there, or how did they work this? Or
You
is
know
there
what?
Like
I'm sure they put down something over the sand because the
Yeah.
sand would be a mess and hot.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember what this schlub's name was.
Yeah. I don't remember.
And
Balls
Like the-
Mahoney looks a little bit like JD Vance.
Balls was here's the difference. Balls had his substance abuse issues, but Balls was a very nice guy. So
That's what everyone says. No one has a bad thing to say about Balls.
oh, you know what? The Pro Wrestling Illustrated family of magazines did because they wouldn't print his name. It was
Yeah.
always B Mahoney.
B.
Hilarious.
Mahoney.
I was a grown man and it annoyed me. Just call him Balls, Bill. After what the fuck?
Never in these hallowed pages.
No, it was Stu Sachs. That's why Bill After left to go with a hot Wow magazine. That was a thing for a while. I was super into it. Wow magazine was like a printed version of what was going on the internet at the time. It didn't last for long, but it was awesome. It had great color photos in it too. And after jumped ship from the After mags to go for the hot new thing, and it didn't work out.
I read Apter's book several years ago. I think I was on like a beach vacation, and that was actually the ideal time to read the Bill Apter Pro Wrestling. Yeah, it's not exactly heavy reading, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, the guy, has basically seen a lot of interesting stuff.
I want to get
Right.
it. I always liked Bill After.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. Like we're not catching a lot of the eliminations just because it's a fan cam.
Yeah, all the eliminations have got to happen all at once in battle royals. It always annoys me.
Especially in this one. Trust me.
Yeah. Like, go
All
home,
right.
boys.
Yeah.
Everyone's just screaming, go home.
I think it's wood, dude. I think there's wood down there.
There's a lot of wood in that crowd.
At some point, we're gonna see for sure.
I know. I caught a shot. It looks like wood.
Okay.
Moose was guessing like a while back. Where is it? Hack Myers? Is that somebody in here? Does that name sound right?
I remember the name.
Well, no.
but
If Hack Myers was still in ECW at this time, then he is definitely in there, or was there.
Out goes Rhino.
That's again not Rhino.
Not Rhino. Okay, fine. He didn't
No.
go.
Oh.
That's just not him, right?
No, that's
Okay.
not him. That's one of the
Okay.
pit bulls.
Okay.
The pit bulls who went by Pitbull 1 and Pitbull 2. But they were a top.
Did Pitbull 1 ever take on Rhino? I'd like to see that match.
I don't think so. But in the early days of ECW and into this time, the pit bulls were like a big deal.
I can't remember which one was 1 and which one was 2. Which one?
I
was
never
Barry
could
Wolf?
remember either.
Yeah.
It used to annoy me that that why number 1 and number 2? They don't wear masks.
Yeah.
What are their fucking names?
Well, I'll tell you, when you got to drop a Pitbull
okay.
number 2, no fun.
Mikey Whipwreck blades for a Mikey
Yeah,
Whipwreck
on the
blades
way
for
out.
a battle royal.
Yeah. Let's just make sure the fan cam gets a good shot of this.
Hey, he's still the all-time winner for bleeding in a battle royal is the time that Lanny decided to get headbutted by Andre and just bleed out his nose on the NBC television network, so that everybody would remember it.
Was that a Saturday Night's Main Event?
Yeah, they did the
Yeah,
battle
that's
royal
it.
before WrestleMania 3, and Lanny was like, "Hey, Andre, if you headbutt me in this spot, I can make it bleed out
Holy
out
shit.
of there." Because
Jesus.
obviously, Dick Ebersol, believe it or not, didn't like people slicing their foreheads open,
Right,
Even
yeah.
even at 11:45 at night.
Hmm.
But, Lanny kind of bled all over the floor in that one.
Bang.
Oh, we're down to 4 now.
Tommy
Yeah.
Rich is still in there.
Let's go, Tommy.
We got 2 former world champions in there right now.
Huh.
So Balls, Sandman, and Tommy Rich.
That's great.
Kevin
Just
saying
gave him
that-
the Iggy.
Yeah. Pitbull.
Hey, not a bad bump for an old man.
Pitbull,
He caught himself on the way down. That was good.
Pitbull 1 was the guy who looks like Rhino and broke his neck in a match with Shane. famous angle later where Shane pulled on Pitbull One's neck while it was
Yeah.
in a halo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was shocking because he'd broken his neck for real, and he comes out in a fucking halo, and Shane Douglas just starts shaking in the ring. You're like, holy shit!
Jesus.
I guess it was a tag team battle royal.
Did the two
It
of them?
has
Did
to-
they
it has to
decide?
be, yeah.
Did they decide we're going to be co-winners?
No, I think it was a tag team battle royal. Who the fuck knows?
No, this
Yeah.
is going to be a thing where Balls Mahoney pulls a Bad News Brown at WrestleMania 4 and double crosses Sandman.
Let's see it.
In front of his home crowd,
Yeah.
because Vince decided to book ECW for a night.
And of course, that WrestleMania 4 Battle Royal I love because of the Gorilla Monsoon line. Don't ever double cross the Hitman. Like, yeah, sure. Well, we'll make a note of that.
It looks like a wood carving, Balls.
Every time I hear that story, I just think about what an asshole Bill Goldberg is.
Where's our James to do a?
I know. I can't do it, Brett. I can't
Been a
do
while.
it, Brett. James has it down.
Yeah.
And now Balls is coming right back out. Or no, as he was leaving, I guess.
I did need to look up this show just to see what the attendance is.
And number 5, underage girl.
Well, they're only showing the same 2. To be honest, I think there's 3. I think we've seen 3.
No,
but they've shown her. They've shown her more than once.
Okay, I didn't spot her before.
But I think she's of age. After seeing her face at the beginning, I think she's of age.
Okay.
The
I would
attendance
ask for
is
ID.
listed at 500 for this show, and we have 4 women who are of legal age that we've seen so far.
Yes.
At least where they're shooting, like I said, when I heard that the person directing this is a girl, that blew my mind. That shit. Rob Feinstein was really warping the children's minds, was he not? Amongst other things with the children.
Recognize this theme music, Johnny? Do you?
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
It's not ringing a bell with me either.
Me neither, yeah.
I'm trying to remember who this was. I watched this and I don't remember who the fuck.
There you go. She's working behind the bar.
There.
So that's,
she works there.
Yeah, she had to show. She had to show proper ID.
And the word and the funny part is she speaks with an Irish accent. I don't want to get married, Danny.
The boys are wrestling again. Oh, the frat boys are dropping their homophobic slurs like they do. Like
they're just
Jesus.
Playing the song.
Just
I'm not going out there.
waiting
It's too
here,
fucking hot.
They've actually got a guy playing guitar up at the front there, waiting for someone.
This is what
I don't know about you guys, but I could go for some Cuervo Gold.
I know. But see, like this is what the Jersey Shore looks like. The ocean is just right down the street, but it's just trees you'd have in a normal neighborhood. But there's sand and shit, like in a bar like
Weird.
this.
Yeah.
And the house, that's
Kevin says this might be a Big Gun by AC/DC.
I think you're right, Kev.
There she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I love whenever the camera finds her specifically.
She's like, "Fuck you."
Do not. Like, come on. What is this? No, man. Is this guy back there? Like, no, let him wait. No, they got to feel it. Now I can come out. Yeah.
Oh, because it's the BWO, baby. Make him wait. See, hear that reaction? If this was in the ECW arena, people would go fucking crazy for the meanie.
Right.
All these fucking tourists and frat boys. Meanie comes out and they all go, oh.
Yeah.
Somewhere in this crowd is Snooki, says Moose.
This is 97. When did Jersey Shore was in the 2000s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see that Jim Molyneux is the referee, and I just want to point out again that in Philadelphia at WrestleCon, he had the most depressing booth I've ever seen. He was like in the hallway, but like right next to the door that you go in. And when you'd like open the door, it would almost like crash into his table. And it was like literally $5 for like a photo. And compared with what everybody else was charging, I was like, I bet you I could get Jim Molyneux to give me a hand job for $20. I didn't test it out, but I really believe that I could have gotten that.
Hello,
I'm sure
Yeah.
she's going to be treated with the utmost respect.
Yeah. See, like, you gotta make sure. No, trust me, you need us on either side of you as you walk
Once,
down the.
Twice, 3 times.
You know what though? She's used to it. She plays in it. Francine was awesome.
Yeah.
She was so good. And you think if someone would get out of line, look who's in the fucking ring with her who will knock one of these motherfuckers in next week. Bam Bam, who's from there. Bam Bam has a criminal record from Asbury Park right down the street. He was him and Balls were both accomplished amateur athletes in their high schools, and they both became drug addict wrestlers.
Nice. There we go. Moose, Snooki is Lance Storm because they both use crabs as a finisher.
All right. Snooki's mom is here pregnant with Snooki while smoking a parliament. Or
who's that?
Chris Chetty?
Yeah, it is.
And Lance is a baby face here. That's interesting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I remember.
Look at that rat tail on
yeah,
Lance.
when Kelly and I were first seeing Lance Storm wrestle in Calgary, he had a very similar blonde ponytail.
Okay. Oh, Candido's also from Jersey, but they all hate him.
Oh,
Except that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin's saying this match has potential if they're motivated.
Oh yeah, he's cutting a promo on my people because he's my people. Hello, Francine.
Mm-hmm.
Francine's look was the hottest stripper at the actual strip club, right? Where people don't have implants, like the place I worked at.
That was the Johnny Sorrow rule, they call it in Jersey, right?
No, the one I worked at here in Boulder, we didn't have any over. I worked there for 7 years. I think I saw 2 sets of implants that entire time.
The bus stop.
Yep. It was the bus stop.
Yeah.
She looks like the top earner at the bus stop. All natural.
Man, that's an early candidate for tonight's title. The top earner at the bus stop.
Okay, I'm gonna put it right next to the other one I wrote down. The most depressing booth I've ever seen.
The most depressing booth I saw when I got to meet you, Peter, in Texas was Oscars.
Oh,
from Men on a Mission. That kind of broke my heart.
Yeah, I just forgot what I said that you nominated. So
I wish that I had gone to that WrestleCon because I was at a brewery and somebody texted me, "Oh yeah, you know that the Warlord is here," and I was like,
right.
"Oh,
that's right. That's right."
Can somebody smuggle me in like I'm 240 pounds of cocaine?
Yeah, or steaks. Just say, I got a sack of raw steaks for you, Warlord.
And it'll be cocaine man, and Warlord will be, where have you been?
Oh no, Warlord is vehemently anti-drug, as he so friendly explained. Yeah, like my time with the Powers of Pain was 99% with the Warlord and 1% Barbarian grunting at me.
Was this year?
Yeah, earlier this year in Philly.
Okay, see, I was in town for the Dean show.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, the Dean Rasmussen show. Critically acclaimed Dean Rasmussen show with yours truly in the front row. losing his fucking mind in his tie-dye.
Which is the true reason why it was critically acclaimed.
Oh, well, it didn't hurt, right? But and then watched Mania with my oldest wrestling friend Joe Danzo, frequent guest of the show, at his place. We were gonna go, and then with the ticket prices, we were like, "Fuck this," and we just sat there a half an hour away from Philly and watched it on a big screen at his place.
Oh, I just heard the Q word.
Uh-huh.
Louis C.K. refereeing tonight's match. Moose said the Warlord was a big bald guy with a goatee, but sure, Steve Austin didn't rip him off.
Yeah. Wearing all black, too.
I remember when he debuted, he was Baby Doll's bodyguard at some point.
Yeah, what? Yeah, he was in was that in Crockett or in Kansas?
Crockett.
Okay, yeah, because I know he came from Kansas City.
Yeah, well, but at that point is when Crockett, for some dumb reason, decided to buy Kansas City. Here we go. Hey,
there we go.
Out there in the heat.
Yeah,
look at this.
Yeah. And two super close buddies. Awesome. This is great. That's good. Now we're getting something.
Well, no, dude,
great chemistry. Great
dude,
chemistry.
Yeah.
Again, I watched ahead. There's some good shit on this show. They're not
cool.
they're not fucking around. Chris Chetty never did it for me. I never.
Yeah.
But that transition there was seamless. That was rad.
Chetty was fine. He was Taz's cousin, and he was just there. Yeah.
Now that I didn't actually know, but it does explain a little bit anyway.
He might have taught at the school. That palm tree you see there is definitely fake because there are no palm trees in South Jersey.
No.
Or mid-South Jersey.
That's what it says at the Welcome to South Jersey sign. No palm trees.
Welcome to South Jersey. No palm trees.
You can see the train going by.
Yep.
It's like Safeco. It's still Safeco to me. T-Mobile Field now. You always see the train going by Seattle.
Yeah, Belmar was also near the train in New York.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, is that from New York or from Philly? But yeah,
New York, because where we lived in the Jersey Shore, you couldn't get a train to New York. You had to drive an hour up to near Belmar or Long Branch, where you could get on a train and go another hour and a half or whatever to go into the city and see a show.
Looks like somebody could watch this full show from their attic across the alley there if they wanted to.
Completely.
Yeah,
dude. If that place right there had been my brother-in-law's place, you'd see me on the fucking roof with
the roof, and a lawn chair. Nice. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, somebody kicks ass. Oh, I see somebody in the window. It must be Lee Harvey Smart Mark.
The more I watch this, the more I realize I really would have loved to have gone to this show. I could have found some place to, again, not to be around total assholes. This is I love an outdoor show.
I'm not sure that I've ever actually been to one.
I love the Jersey Shore. I mean,
yeah. There's a annual lucha show here in Vancouver.
Oof. Bam bam.
Oh wait, I did go to an outdoor I mean I've been to some outdoor stadium shows at WWE, but like a small intimate one.
Right.
And the minor league park here had an indie show in 2015 that featured Samoa Joe versus the guy now known as Ivar. He was known as Warbeard Hansen then, and that was a very interesting big man match. So I enjoyed that.
Sounds like it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like on my short list of my favorite wrestlers of all time is Samoa Joe, because I got to know him a little bit back in like 2005, 2006 when he was in Ring of Honor. He listened to my dumb little radio show that only 14 people could listen to because
future guest Samoa Joe.
I know, yeah. Who? Oh, the tie-dye guy. Yeah, okay. No thanks.
Out of all
Nice.
the 6 guys in this match, which one would you have most want to see Samoa Joe wrestle, and why is it Bam Bam Bigelow?
Oh yeah.
That would have
Oh,
been
man.
amazing.
Oh yeah.
Joe and Candido would have tore the goddamn house down.
I often think of dream matches that nobody has even thought of to even dream about yet. I see things that never were and ask why not.
Why not?
Earlier today, I recorded a podcast with my pal Keithy, and I said,
Yeah.
wouldn't it have been great if Larry Zbyszko had faced the Ultimate Warrior? You would have just been filled with hatred in your heart. I'm like, no, the Ultimate Warrior never faced Larry Zbyszko. They didn't quite cross in '98 WCW, and what a shame that was.
Yes. Amazing.
But Bam Bam versus Samoa Joe, that would have been some great stuff.
Dude, I could imagine Zbyszko. Here's what would happen: Zbyszko and Warrior if they did it, because it's WCW. It's on Saturday night or worldwide. Who fucking knows? It would have been very similar to the Regal Goldberg match. I would have.
Oh, that's
Larry wouldn't give a fuck. Larry wouldn't give a fuck.
The comparison I made was to another Ultimate Warrior match, that one he had with Goldust, that you can only put it in quotation marks on that Good Friends, Better Enemies, where Goldust basically stalled running around the ring. Warrior lit a cigar for some reason, in the middle of the ring. A lot of bat shittery going on in that one.
Well, I would imagine, and then you'll light a cigar, pal, because Marlena smokes cigars. Yeah.
20 seconds. That's Chetty? No, or is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I tell you what. I tell you what. I bet all these fucking numbskulls at ringside are way too intimidated by a woman like that to even fucking try to talk to her.
Absolutely, yeah.
Have you heard the new Filter album?
Dude, okay. The other bunch of assholes, like the ECW regular assholes, the shit that Francine got.
It's so hot. It's so hot. It's not so much the falling on the balls, it's the fact that it's been out in the sun for so long.
And you can tell the amateurs from the true ECW professionals because they're chanting ECW. Instead of EC dub. EC dub. Yeah.
Those are the guys like, what is this called? What is this called?
Moose, are you saying is Chetty one of the few grads of the ECW wrestling school?
Yeah, he was like one of the OG grads because he was Taz's cousin, and he's good for ECW as an undercard guy, but look, his hair explodes. The more you hit him, the bigger his hair.
The bigger it gets. Yeah, I like it. He should get stronger. That would make it better.
Yeah, he's like a Samson.
Yeah. Broccoli Samson.
Okay, that's going.
There you go.
Has Meanie even been in this match so far?
No. He's gonna be the hot tag. House of Fire. You'll see.
Not exactly Rick Martel entering.
No,
but,
hot stepping. He's gonna pull something when he hot steps.
Oh, hey, not bad. Dude, Meanie's the greatest. I would be on a podcast with Meanie. Meanie, Will, and the guy in Philip Savage, the guy who wrote the ECW. Oh no, the guy who did the ECW documentary. Anyway,
yeah,
3-hour podcast talking about Philadelphia wrestling. Meanie's the fucking coolest.
Cool.
Ooh,
shit. Yeah.
And when at that show at the 2300 arena that I went to, he had like a merch table set up right next to the beer line, which told me that he was a very savvy businessman.
I love that Meanie. He was still in ECW. Meanie got skinny.
Ooh, nice.
Started dating Jasmine St. Clair, the porn star. Called himself the Blue Boy, and that all went down. And then he just got fat again and looked like the Meanie. I was like, what the fuck happened?
Douglas shouted at Lance there, your cheating Canadian ass. Pretty funny.
The great talkers, many of whom are in this, are jawing with the crowd and each other and putting on that version of the live show, which is always so much fun to be part of.
Chetty going with the King Friday aesthetic.
You know, instead of calling spots, they're just like talking. Candido was the king of just constantly talking during a match, and he was like a stand-up comedian. He was so good. He was so good.
Can you believe this weather we're having out there?
Boy, that girl over there can't be more than 15 and a half. Armbar.
The last time I saw this many assholes, it was at the proctology convention.
I haven't
Clothesline.
I haven't performed in front of this many 14-year-old girls since I was a substitute 9th grade math teacher.
Hey,
Arm drag.
Oh, there we go. We got to do. Oh, I thought he was going to do.
Yeah, that's why he's there. Yeah.
He's there to take the fucking pinfall is what he's there for.
Somebody hit the music. Funky Town. It's because he's in the ring.
Yeah. Meaty's the fucking good. First time I saw the Meaty, I was just like, are you out of, okay, what the fuck is this? And he was so entertaining and weird. And the fact that his character is the Blue Meanie from one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah,
I love this
Yellow
guy.
Submarine, yeah.
Oh God.
The only 3 people whose music played for their entire match.
Nice. Oh, yeah, that's great.
Jimmy Valiant squash matches, New Jack, and the Blue Meanie.
I was just digging through my old there's a ton of like old stuff. We're doing a bunch of trying to downsize our internet storage and stuff, and I found an old Yellow Submarine keychain. Awesome.
Oh yeah, they were the triple threat at this point. There was
easy joke. Here's Kevin's easy joke for Peter and the baseball fans. This is a crowd Wander Franco would have loved.
Oh yeah. just Google that, everybody, if you don't quite get whatever happened there, you know.
Yeah, no, that was solid stuff.
Fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
And by the way, let's talk about as far as entrance music goes. Shane Douglas, Perfect Strangers, Deep Purple. That's got to be in the top 5. It rules.
Wildly underrated. Like, people don't talk about that because it's an ECW thing, but for some reason that song just, I don't know, it just fit him.
It's perfect. Also, it fits him. It's also perfect wrestling entrance music.
Dig it up.
Oh, it's great. It's a great fucking song. Look at Jenny's hair is even bigger now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Look at Lance. Lance is like Lance is going to be a member of the Triple Threat.
Right. Yeah, they're going to do that whole thing. Weird story where he like joins and then they're like, yeah, we're bringing Bam Bam back in. So we're, I don't know, I guess.
Joey Styles. Is that Styles? It is.
Yeah, that's Styles.
Yeah.
Animal expert Joey Styles.
He looked like
from the South Trenton Zoo. Joey Styles.
Okay, what have you got to introduce us to here today, Joey?
I'm gonna give you a super localized reference from the Popcorn Park Zoo. Joey Styles.
I got to admit, my brain is so fried. I thought that John Hamm had shrunk in the wash, and that's who that was.
Okay, let me tell you, the Popcorn Park Zoo was down the shore near us, and it was the Humane Societies where you could adopt strays and all that. But they also had this weird little zoo out in the Pinelands of misshapen animals or rescued animals. Like there was an elephant they rescued from a shitty carnival that stomped a man.
Like the island of misfit toys.
Of misfit animals, and it was really weird. There was a vat of cats. You just go, I want that one, and they're all
vat of cats. That's our title tonight. The vat of cats.
But that's where my father and I adopted many a dog, and any sort of the bird hunting dogs, English pointers, English setters, would come through there and been abandoned. They'd call my father, and he would bring them to his property. Dude, at one point he had 12 dogs. He'd built these big, giant outdoor kennels for them. You go over to eat. 8 of them would be in the house, and then
what was the name of this? What was the name of this place again?
The Popcorn Park Zoo.
The Popcorn Fart Zoo. Sounds great.
Uh-huh.
It's still around.
One of the most loyal dogs ever.
Wow. Oh, dude.
There he is.
Man, he looks like he'd be a stud on the beach right now, dude.
No wonder why we weren't seeing any women of age. They were all hanging out.
Exactly.
They corralled them all. Like, look, we need you to come out with Rick Rude.
If he cuts a promo, we have to say, hey, Rick.
Yeah. They weren't able to finish the sentence. We need you to come out. Can we come out with Rick Rude, please? Well, actually, we were going to say that.
Anyone else would look like an asshole in that get up.
No, I think he looks great.
Awesome.
Yeah, dude. He's like the original party animal, Spuds McKenzie, in that gear.
He's literally dressed like everyone else at the beach.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll turn this up. Well, I mean, it'll be as good as this fan cam can pick it up. Yeah. Like to. This is a chinchilla. He's just doing a Johnny Carson bit.
These are definitely 2 local go-go dancers. And I say, we didn't have strip clubs. We had go-go dancers. They didn't get naked because you could get alcohol there. You couldn't. There was no places where you served alcohol and see titties. Oh.
We'd like to introduce you to a baby iguana that was just born a couple weeks ago.
Hold on. We can't let this go by because this is in the middle of the WWE, WWF ECW feud. Jerry Lawler had invaded.
Right.
Okay, look, Joey just said, well, we know we're not going to see Jerry Lawler here or Jim Cornette here today. I was like, we're definitely not seeing Jerry Lawler there today. They're not letting Jerry Lawler anywhere near this fucking club.
Yeah.
Hit the music.
Ow, ow, now.
And he was and he was a color commentator. Yeah. And then he turns heel on Shane Douglas or something, but he can't wrestle. And it never went anywhere, and then he went and was in DX. Oh, Joey, you fucking asshole.
Pitching a tent on the bottom.
Oh, definitely a go-go dancer. Someone's gonna stick $1 between her titties any second.
There you go, frat boys. That's what you paid to see, right? Somebody's doing the Arsenio in the crowd.
Hey, what I'd like to tell all my posse right now
about some things that make you go,
Joey, was Joey just contemplating date rape? He just looked at that. Yeah, I think he was.
This is starting to feel a lot like Revenge of the Nerds here, and how problematic.
That look on Joey's face was not.
I got you, lady, right here.
Okay, see, the thing about ECW used this Atlas security, and if they did get a hold of you, they would fuck you up.
I think the words $50 in a blow, and I get a blowjob at the end of the night was exchanged between them and those ladies.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I've probably been to wherever they danced. So here we go. So
Jason Knight, yeah,
Jason Knight is a PG-13's manager. Okay, I'm going to explain this Unless you want to listen to this and hear a lot of very disturbing
Jesus.
language. The way Jamie Dundee plays these motherfuckers. You notice that my head's bopping. Right.
Kevin saying Atlas Security site, who actually is security for AEW now.
Oh,
really? Yeah. Oh, here we go.
This is a big dude.
He did the chins with the chins in a Chinese phone.
Yankee scum.
Uh-huh. So good.
Ah, yes, butthole surfers.
Mm-hmm. Now, into back.
Mikey, over here, Mikey.
He's still worn out from the battle royal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He had already bladed for the battle royal. No, this is for Spike. Spike's getting this one. This is Spike's music. Spike looks like he should come out to the dead, but I get it. No, he eventually
too angry. He's too angry.
Yeah, he started using Back in Black at some point. Oh, because this is Loser. This is okay. Yeah, this is Loser. That's Mikey's
back.
Yeah, yeah.
Kevin thinking Jason is such an odd fit with PG-13.
Yeah,
PG-13 were only there for a blip, and the fact that Jason was still employed, I guess they had to give him something.
he was only a manager, I think, at this point, right?
Yeah. I used to love it. The early gimmick that every time Joey Styles had to interview him, Joey Styles got the hives from being around him because he was just such a swarthy asshole.
True class.
Okay, I don't know if we're gonna hear it or not, so I'm gonna just get it out of the way now. At some point, Jamie Dundee, when they're yelling a bunch of the F word, he's like, gets on the mic, he's like, if we lose this match, I will suck every one of your dicks in this crowd. And of course, they don't win the match. Okay, and then we'll go from there. It's so fucking funny. He plays them like a fiddle. Here, no, okay.
Oh.
Just in case we can't hear it, that's what's coming up.
Okay.
The sexiest man on earth, Travis Washington.
Well, I was gonna say I don't have a speech prepared. Kevin saying it doesn't know if he's ever seen Mikey wear a different shirt in ECW. Where's the dragon? I thought, yeah, he's wearing the AC/DC shirt.
Mikey didn't want to fucking ruin one of his favorite dragon shirts
In
around
Jersey.
all these assholes.
He was packing. It was in the wash. His mom hadn't done the laundry.
It's close
Mom!
enough. No, dude, that shirt's close enough, dude. Look at all that pattern.
Is it Kiss? Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Kiss.
Okay, I'm listening. No, let's hear him out. We want to be fair and balanced.
Yeah.
The fun part is all he's
Ooh, that
doing is
vein.
pointing at. All he does is point out what is actually bad about where I'm from, and it's very funny.
That vein popping out of his
I
neck
saw that,
really,
yeah.
really makes me uncomfortable.
Real fork in the road there.
Oh,
Oh, that's not very nice.
Oh.
I think you have fine breasts, ma'am.
Capital knockers.
Kevin wondering, how is this show an extreme beach party so far?
he's also there's the people who hate him. He's also making them fucking laugh. You see, there's a lot of people who are like, "Yeah, this is funny," and then he'll turn that on them and everything. Just Memphis fucking wizardry.
Mm-hmm. All right, so yeah, I know very little
that's
about.
what he said. I'll suck all the whatever. And there we go.
There we go. There's your title, Johnny. What is PG-13's career highlight?
Okay, if you want to talk about their biggest being in the Nation of Domination in WWE, WWF during the Attitude Era, they were the rappers for the Nation of Domination for a little while.
Right.
They didn't call them PG-13 though. They were the rappers basically. I don't think they barely ever wrestled. They just they did raps and bumped around, as bump machines.
Well, Johnny, you can't copyright a movie rating. Like
Exactly.
you can't copyright the letter G or R. They should have gone by NC-17, but they weren't quite ready. Quite ready for that.
Oh, we got the Goonies over here. Oh, Temple of Doom. Look out, everybody.
And Jamie especially fucked it all up for them because he's fucking Jamie. And they were gone pretty quickly. If they're either gone or they got fired and then went back to Memphis, but Paul Lee immediately jumped on like, hey, who can bring them in? Because he knew how good they were and different and how entertaining Jamie Dundee is. Because as far as like creatively, their entire run in Memphis is some great shit.
Yeah.
Feuds with his dad, Bill Dundee.
That's USWA?
Yeah, USWA.
In the early to mid 90s. That's what
it's really good shit.
Said their weapon of choice was a hubcap.
Yeah. They came out with a hubcap.
That's great.
Yeah, see, that's how bright that crowd is. Spike bites him and they all went Tyson.
It must have been the hottest thing.
That had only happened like 3 weeks before the
that's
show.
what I was guessing,
so it was very, very fresh in the public consciousness.
Oh wow, okay.
That's what I was gonna say.
Peter, you just placed this even more into my memory because the night that happened, me and my ex and a bunch of my friends all went to some sort of Grateful Dead reunion thingy in Camden, New Jersey, like a festival, whatever it was. And when we got back to the motels we were staying at and like hit the bar, that was the news that night. Mike Tyson bites man's ear off. We're like, what the fuck? We're all
I remember I was staying at my parents' place at the time. They were away, so I kind of had to house sit, but they had an illegal satellite hookup so we could watch it live. But I was there with my girlfriend at the time and a couple other friends. We all said, "Let's do mushrooms and
And
watch
then you
this
were
fight."
then you were
And
biting
then at
yours.
the end, we were just looking at each other like he bit him in the ear. It's just the weirdest thing.
Hey, let's watch boxing and do mushrooms.
Mushrooms, yes.
You know,
But
Travis.
I'll still
Travis,
remember to
Travis,
this day. Like
Travis Walacha.
one of the announcers made a mistake early on and said Evander Holyfield, and we were on the floor, like like silent laughing. It was the funniest thing we'd ever heard.
No, Travis Walachian, through all the ups and downs, you say something that, and I'm like, that's why this is one of my best friends. I was like, it sounds like exactly like something I would do.
Mushrooms for a prize fight. Yeah.
Yeah. Just the master of stalling here. Nothing annoys. Speaking of Larry Zbyszko, nothing annoys me more than quote unquote smart fans going, all he does is just fucking just do this shit. And I'm like, yeah, it makes the crowd go fucking angry. It made you angry, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And now you hate Larry Zbyszko. Jesus
Actually,
Christ. Don't get it?
I was incorrect. The ear biting wasn't 3 weeks before. It was the night before this show.
Crazy.
So everybody is
Well.
probably on the same drunken binge that they were on when they watched that fight.
They haven't stopped chomping mushrooms.
No.
Well, then, Peter, Peter, you know what? No wonder you're tight among podcasters doing your research like that.
Yeah.
Because now, all me ever feeling like I wish I'd gone to this show is out the window. Because if it was the night before this, we were home recuperating from the dead show or in a motel waking up from the dead show. So
no cell there.
Yeah,
That's an interesting spot.
I'm gonna go to my wife. I'm like, look, I know we're all going to the dead show together, but do you mind if I not go and go to this wrestling show at a bar and crash on your brother's couch?
I mean, we as a nation are trying to heal. Mike Tyson just bit Evander Holyfield's ear last night.
It really bothered me. And I think what really calmed my soul.
Oh my God. It's like, dude, yeah, like we just had a booking meeting with everybody, and what drives Max crazy is like the kiss chants. Like when like out of nowhere someone will start a kiss between like two wrestlers at an indie show, and it'll just like
Wait, I don't understand what. So hold on a second. You need to explain to me why are they saying kiss? I don't understand what brings that on.
Who knows? But it'll happen every once in a while.
But what does it mean? Why are they saying?
Like, he wants the crowd wants the two wrestlers to kiss, or like it's like the equivalent of like twist his dick, like like the same like dumb loud asshole will shout that every once in a while.
But that implies violence at least. Why do they want them to kiss?
Good question, Johnny.
I just thought that they were big Peter Chris fans and just wanted to show their appreciation.
You know what?
Catman.
Travis, I just put my asshole fan thinking cap on and realized those are people who aren't invested into the story that it's real. And and it's like, hey, stop fighting. Don't you just want to kiss? That's what they're doing. And
exactly.
Fuck you. Kick him out. Kick him out.
Yeah. I wish it was that easy. Oh, very nice. Nothing funnier than watch it. Spike get the shit beat out of him.
Listen, after that, you fucked up chant for that amazing spot from these fucking dummies.
Yeah,
it was almost like a motion version of the heart attack that the Heart Foundation would do. And anybody who watched from this crowd was probably like, "Oh, they were cool."
I rewound that the first time I watched this. Like, why are they chanting? You fucked up. And then realize, these people are stupid.
That's another reason why I hate that chant. Is because half the time when they fucking do it, it wasn't even something that was fucked up. Right?
Mm-hmm. It's like, no, we understand more as this Informed audience.
Well,
I
I'll
hate
tell
it.
you what, it's as far as like modern WWE right now, that shit's out the fucking window because
Yeah.
WWE is on fire and it's full of families and not families and people and not assholes who yell, you fucked.
Ooh, very
Oh,
nice.
yeah, baby.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I mean, being at WrestleMania and and meeting up with a friend of mine who, of course, now we're old enough that he brings his kid to it, and I was like, this is pretty damn cool,
Yeah.
Just despite my contempt for certain wrestling fans, such as the one standing ringside for the show that we're
Yeah.
watching. Fans, excuse
Uh-huh.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
You still got to deal with, whatever,
I would say 25% of this crowd at this show that we're watching
at this show,
never attended another wrestling event.
Good point.
dude, I'd go even higher.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
It's just because I see all the T-shirts up front, but I forget that there's like 400 people behind those, front row people.
Yeah.
Bit
I
of
mean,
a bulldog there.
ECW was the cool hot thing, but you see a lot of the T-shirts are on teenagers because ECW was hot with teenagers. At least like definitely out here because like, oh shit, we're watching something that they'd like to watch, but couldn't get to go to.
Now there's a proper bulldog, dude. I
It's like
mark
this.
out for bulldogs.
Hey, mom, can you drive me and Derek and Ryan to the shitty part of South Philadelphia to go see ECW?
1, 2, 3. Let's go home. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Okay, but what happened? He said, remember what he said he would do if he lost?
Right.
That you are going to want to listen
how
to
people
all of this.
People lining up for the stairs.
Some wiseacre in the crowd is like, I'm glad I didn't do a wank this morning.
I saved up. I've been edging for weeks just for such an occasion.
I knew I was going to the wrestling show, and one way or another, I was gonna. One way or another.
You guys laughed at me. You all laughed at me. But now,
Look at him, he's crying.
who's the smartest guy? He's like first in line unzipping his pants.
Ooh, how do I get out of this? Listen. Yeah, he said, "We'll suck your dicks." He's like, no. You said that, not me.
It's like some people just won't stop talking in the front row. It's like they think this is a proper debate. A rebuttal, if I may, Mr. PG-13.
You know what, though? At a show like this, I fully encourage just yelling whatever the fuck you want.
Of course. Yeah, dude, this is organized. It is totally. Woodstock 99. We're going to start seeing plywood.
He made some excuse why he's not going to do it. But listen.
It looks like a flattened sombrero. Come on, man. Oh, man, I was about to get my penis fellatioed.
So one of these. Well, this little young lady was going to be taking care of business.
Yeah, boy. Jeepers creepers.
Thursday night, July 10th, ECW.
Here's something that doesn't matter. He's saying that they're going to be down an hour south in Wildwood. another resort town. Another resort town.
Moose says he imagines PG-13 going down like the owl eating the Tootsie Pop.
You know what? You know what? I'll tell you what.
I didn't
Jamie
get
Dun-
my suck off.
No,
There he
Jamie-
is, Louis,
Okay,
the
hold
great
on.
disgraced comedian Louis C.K.
Hey, Travis, Jamie Dundee, much like that Al, he could have gotten off that entire crowd pretty quick because it only takes 1, 2, 3.
Three, exactly. Got to get it speeded
1,
up.
2. Okay, 1, 2, 3 from Jamie Dundee.
Yeah.
Not a title, but I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it sounds like a few of these guys like just, hey, hello.
We found her.
There
Ladies and
we go.
gentlemen, Mila Kunitz.
Didn't look just like it. Here we go.
There we go. We found them. There they are. There they are. Good job, man.
This is where
this
the girl.
yeah,
hear
I
the
can hear her. Yeah,
direction.
she's saying
Yeah.
zoom in. Yeah.
Our next match, an ECW Tag Team Attraction.
Oh, better get back to the ring now.
I tell you, for just one asshole being bossed around by his girlfriend, who's being bossed around by a noted pedophile, Rob Feinstein, guy's not doing a bad job.
No, I agree. Like
It's
I'm
not
wondering.
Not a dream job.
Nope. I mean, I'm sure he's holding like a big, like it's something like the size of a toaster.
Mm-hmm.
Sabu, awesome. Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, there we go. There's our boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is part of the like I said, this was ECW had invaded a WWF. I was at In Your House Mind Games in Philly, the one with Mankind, HBK, and me and my ex. And she would go to wrestling, but she wasn't going to go fucking ECW. And that's one where Sandman spit the beer in Bradshaw's face during a opening match. They were like sitting in the crowd and shit. And the next night on Raw, they showed up and they did this little an angle where Van Dam and Sabu, along with Bill Alfonso, are like work for the WWF now, because especially Van Dam, and they didn't at all. They were doing a co-promotional thing at a time when WCW was still kicking WWF's ass.
Yeah.
But
You mentioned Alfonso and RVD was going to be part of Jenny's Patreon, but we'll save it against Balula and.
but Lula, well, hold on.
and,
say that again. Hold
How
on.
did I
Say that
say it?
again,
How do I
Travis.
say it? How do I say it?
Say that again, Travis.
Tommy
Beulah.
Dreamer,
Beulah.
Beulah. Okay,
Beulah,
Beulah
yeah.
and Tommy Dreamer. I think that match as well. It's got a bit of a reputation, but we'll save it for another time.
But that's
But,
not the one. That's not the one with the reputation.
No, not as much, not as bloody as the one-on-one.
No, yeah, the only one that has a reputation is the one-on-one one, because Fonzie was going to lose his job for being part of the whole leaking talent secrets to Bischoff, and he went
Right.
out to do that. So he took that razor blade and opened up his fucking head,
Eesh.
and Paulie said, "Oh right," and didn't fire him.
This match was brought to you by the American Red Cross. Donate blood today. You never know if your favorite heel manager is going to need it when he decides to go to a 5 on the Muda scale.
And this again is the Pit Bulls.
Which is a man who would
Yeah.
later become Rhino, as we know. Travis, you're not fucking listening, dude. My brother's in town, and like we found a burger place called Score on Davie here in Vancouver. It's amazing. But on the wall, or in the booth where we were sitting, it's metal on the wall there, so it's got a bunch of those like alphabet letters, magnet alphabet letters. And we sat down. My daughter sat down to someone who had left in the booth we sat in. For fuck's sake, Travis. That's what we walked into. It was magic. It was magic. We had to take a picture with her right next to it. And I sent it to my dad saying, "It's as though you were here, Papa."
Wait a minute. Did I just see Sabu smile? I think I did.
Kevin asking about speaking of the Muda scale. Did you guys see Makabe's last match? I haven't, but I know you were there in person. It looked awesome. Camel dick, oh boy.
Sabu sucks camel dick. I mean, look, at least look. If you're gonna yell a racist joke, I mean, that's a lounge comedian in Vegas level. Like, I guess
Maybe in the 90s.
Buddy, question. Have you ever been funny?
he's like an Andrew Dice Clay wannabe who does fucking open mics.
Yeah.
okay. The greatest thing we will ever hear. I'm going to explain what happened because Fonzie has at this point the worst teeth. His teeth are rotting out of his fucking mouth, and you just heard a guy go, "Get some fucking teeth, you prick."
I'll be right back.
It was a very hurtful remark by that fan.
It was so funny. And my heart warmed hearing that. That's one of my people. That's the most New Jersey thing.
And both, I know that there are probably tapes of various Yankee Pro shows from up here in Massachusetts with crowds that maybe as obnoxious. However, those Yankee Pro shows were primarily South Shore of Boston, which I differentiate from the north of Boston crowd, of which I've been a proud soldier now for over 4 decades. But my local promotion, they used to run outdoor shows by the baseball stadium, but the minor league team got killed off in that reorganization a few years back. So with that, you don't get these wrestling shows like this.
That makes me curious. I'm gonna have to look this up, but we've got it down the Jersey Shore, and I remember when they opened up, we got a minor league team in Lakewood, New Jersey, which is a relatively small town. And they were the Lakewood Blue Claws, and there was like the lowest of the low of minor league, but the small ballpark was great. The food was great. There was like a huge fandom for them, and they're still going to this day. And that was like 2003 or 4 that it started, and the Blue Claws are still a thing. A great minor league team in your town. Oh man, it's so much fun. We used to go all the time. It was so affordable.
Yeah, right next to me is Lowell, famously known as where Shawn Michaels lost his smile. I do search for it every year, and I do come up short. But since that team went away, it's I don't know. There's a giant baseball stadium there, and no team plays in it once the college season ends. So
that's a shame.
I would even back in the day, it was like the lowest like kids who had just graduated from high school, like playing, and it would be sloppy, but they would also have beer for $4.50. So worst ways to spend an evening. Hot dogs only like $4, which is still a little pricey, but it's a baseball stadium, and they can kind of charge whatever the hell they want, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this one with the one we went, the Blue Claws one. Lakewood, New Jersey also has a huge, it's one of the largest Hasidic Jewish communities in New Jersey. And there was always one Hasidic guy who had a cart where you could get homemade knishes and other things. And if everyone was like getting the fucking $4 hot dogs and this, that, and other, and that shit was fine. Those in the know went to the knish man and got a knish for $3 because it was the most delicious thing that they saw. It was like, this is the only ballpark I've ever been to. It was like, knishes. I'm like, yeah, give me 3.
Oh, I always try to seek out the interesting thing, but then some of the time it's like you're in Cincinnati and it's like,
There's
oh yeah,
nothing interesting in Cincinnati. I've been there
well,
a
it's
lot.
like they serve the Skyline chili there, and it's like, all right, I have to drive 4 hours back to Nashville after this game. Do I really want to eat a bowl of spaghetti with chili on top of it? I'm gonna be
Whoa.
Oh, there it goes,
oh.
Fonzie.
Good catch.
When I first was, I went to college at the University of Louisville in Kentucky, and the first time I was there, and someone was like, "Hey, we're having chili." I'm like, "All right," and they handed me that. I literally was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, it's yeah, I couldn't eat that. I would just feel weird. I don't know why.
Kevin is a while back was saying he can't believe there's a show anywhere near Boston called Yankee Pro.
Yeah, that was the name of the promotion, I guess. And I never went to any of it, but I've heard of these shows, both like word of mouth and from certain podcasts out there that went to Yankee Pro shows. So
Okay, we have ignored this way too long, but check out Van Dam's tights. They're Jaws tights. He's down the Jersey Shore.
oh,
He's down the Jersey Shore in Jaws tights.
Huh.
Which, by the way, Jaws was inspired by an actual Jaws attack that happened at the Jersey Shore in 1909. Rob Van Dam is a historian.
I wish you'd done that. You should have done that in your Dreyfus. But Kevin was saying last weekend.
You know what? Maybe I've retired my Dreyfus too. He's kind of turned into a fucking douchebag.
Good point. Last week in Chattanooga, Kevin got to see Makabe's last match through
awesome. Yeah, that's
Alan
right.
Jepson, who we Alan and Kevin and I went to a ball game here in Vancouver, and he got to throw a first pitch. He got to throw first pitch at the Chattanooga Lookouts and the Rocket City Trash Pandas. That's so dope. Kev. Ladies and gentlemen, Taro, you should have had your mask on when you threw those pitches there, Kev.
Last Little League season, the person at the league who was picking the team names went with a weird minor league teams. My team, the Lookouts. That's who my team was named after. Wow.
Like it.
Yep. Of course they won.
yeah.
I'm sure
They work because they work for Vince McMahon now, damn it.
I'm sure Zani, our friend Peter Ben would have been there.
Oh
as well, yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I know he's kind of like one of the big patrons of the Scenic City
And
show.
SCI,
Yeah, but I've always heard great things about the old Chattanooga Lookouts as like an experience at those games. So plus they have cool hats too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I saw they're turning Dylan into a character now, and I was like, what the fuck, Dylan? What have you been doing? Watching Boom? Come on.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. I'll be right back.
It's like, oh, we gotta keep up. We gotta keep up with the hot companies.
I thought I'm actually mostly used to the Blair Witch Project style of filming this,
Mm-hmm.
but then sometimes they get like a British nanny with the camera there, and they're just going
Yeah.
a little too hard at it. All right, we got to see our requisite woman in the crowd for this.
We'll find her. Keep searching.
Yeah, come on.
There is that black woman there that they keep. Hey, I thought we'd see Gertner.
Oh,
Guess we'll probably have to turn up.
By the way, how long did Gertner have that neck brace? Like,
I've only ever seen him wearing the neck brace. I've never seen him without it.
it's sort of like in my childhood how I felt like I never saw Bob Orton.
Yeah, exactly.
without-
a broken.
yeah. But it was really only an angle for about a year.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Hammer's or Valentine's.
The shin
leg
guard,
brace,
yeah.
the shin
Yeah.
guard was a lot longer. And that used to
Yeah.
drive me fucking crazy, man. That would make me so angry as a kid.
So I'm sure the Dudley boys will give an understated, lucid remarks to this crowd that, quite frankly, they can antagonize fairly easily. I mean,
Yeah.
we always hear about the concept of, oh, that's cheap heat or whatever. But then there's also the lesser known concept of easy heat. I mean,
Yeah.
Bubba Ray probably looked at this crowd and just was like salivating. Like, I'm not even gonna have to work.
Yeah. Carve them up.
Mm.
You know, I don't even know why I waste my time coming out here.
Moose saying, like, who dropped out of an Ivy League school? Gertner. That's what Moose is saying. How proud are his parents that he dropped out of an Ivy League school to do this?
No good, inbred, illiterate
Literal pieces of shit.
Uh-oh.
It was too raunchy, even for the camcorder.
I thought we were in trouble there.
Yeah.
As I'm concerned, it is now time for Brother Gertner.
Well. Wow. Yeah. Moose saying Gertner dropped out of Cornell. That's insane.
Wow.
Man, Bully Ray is hard to listen to these days when he gets loud enough to make noise.
Yeah, it gets a little difficult. And at this point, I see that they still got Big Dick Dudley out there. I know he's there for like another year at least, but
yeah. Kevin's saying that he met him in XPW when he wrestled there, and he matched his name. There's a big scoop here, big MTT scoop, everybody. I haven't heard a single rhyme yet, Gertz.
No. The hair that he has right here is my worst nightmare. Like, I could not abide by having hair like that.
It feels gross.
Say what you want about Big Dick Dudley, but the name of his finisher being Total Penetration is objectively hilarious.
Yeah, he did well. What was Big Dick Dudley's biggest day in the sun? Do you know, Peter?
I don't think he had one particular day in the sun that was more than any other. I don't remember him ever really distinguishing himself in any meaningful way.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
During this whole run. I mean, he was just kind of there as the background guy who kind of resembled to me like an alternate version of 911, but he's a Dudley. Yeah.
Right. Maybe this is it because he's in the sun, literally in the sun right now.
Like, I'll put it this way. There's not a single person alive who, if you ask them the question, who is your favorite wrestler of all time, that they would say Big Dick Dudley is
without
my favorite
hesitation.
wrestler. Yeah.
Without hesitation.
I don't even need to think about it for 1 second. Remember that third guy who would hang around the Dudleys? Oh, you mean Spike Dudley? No, the one with the glasses. You mean Bubba Ray? No, the guy with the tie-dye. Oh, Big Dick Dudley? Like, it would take you 3 guesses.
Yes. Well, somebody hasn't seen the match from the New Jersey State Fair in 1997.
I'm hoping this is a 6-man.
Mm-hmm.
I worry that it's just a tag, though.
Right.
He weighs in at 350 pounds. He is the one and only.
Yeah. Kevin says his favorite thing was him getting power bombed through a bunch of tables at ECW Barely Legal because fuck that guy. He was only 34 when he died.
Oh, well, that would probably be why we don't have lengthy memories to, discuss.
Yeah.
Before you people have to witness the eyesore that is
This is a PG-13 Gertner rant.
Yeah.
Reject Lackey from Spring Lake Heights, no less.
I still follow him on Twitter, and he is lost. I hate to say it, Joel, you've lost your shine.
Yeah, I went to that 2300 arena show in part because I wanted to see Joel Gertner versus Bill Alfonso, and it turned out to be a 20-second match. But however, I enjoyed the rest of the show enough that it didn't really
Made up
matter.
for
But
it. Yeah.
I was kind of annoyed by it. Like
Yeah, right.
I was there for that spectacle, and apparently this one too.
He's used to having a wad on his back, someone said from the crowd there. Amazing. He didn't even get to cut his promo.
Yeah. He does maybe seem a little ticked, or maybe they only have the venue until like 3:00. Some other independent promotion has to use this ring and use these underage girls as audience prop members for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, yes, I'm assuming that Sandman and Balls Mahoney are by virtue of winning that battle royal, they get to challenge for the tag titles.
Was that the Rab early on there?
I'm guessing that's probably it, just because we haven't seen Balls Mahoney in any of the other matches.
Right.
And I don't think they really would have just saved him for the battle royal.
Right. Doesn't have the RVD stroke quite yet.
Well, that would be why Sandman can't do his entrance for the battle royal, because it ruins his entrance for the regular
Perfect.
match.
You're right.
Which if this makes me like a cheap wrestling fan or whatever, I always enjoyed Sandman's entrance.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah. And there have been a million bastardized versions of it since.
Somebody watching this is like, I can't believe that the guy who's just openly like pounding Sam Summers on this podcast approves and thinks that Sandman's beer drinking entrance is great.
Yeah.
But it's Ball's music because Ball's the hometown main event guy. I was also at this point.
What's up, Sandman?
I was the biggest Dudley. I was the biggest Dudley Boys fan at this time you could find. I had that that video game, the first one where you could create a wrestler, and it took forever, but there was tons of like little tweaks you could make, and I made Devon and Bubba Ray, but before they were in WWF.
Awesome.
I wish I could have made a Joel Gertner.
Yes.
I was glad to see a Smirnoff vodka ad on the side there. I know we've been staring at the Cuervo go. There it is, right there.
There it is.
Right. A Ric Flair special for the Nature Boy. Jesus.
You know what? It really, you got to give Hogan credit in a weird way. Yeah, he just had.
We're talking about his speech. We're talking about his speech a couple nights ago.
I am talking about his speech because you really got to do something. He's like, Flair's made a total asshole out of himself in public, brother. How can I one up him? and one's up Ric Flair. I'm like, you know what?
One more
Ric Flair's
time.
fine now. I'm fine with Ric Flair. Let
We
him
need-
yell at waiters. Don't give
You
a
know,
shit.
I think Ric Flair and Joe Biden look almost exactly alike now. They could make that switch pretty easily.
But they're gonna do a Dave. Are they gonna do a Dave?
Just Dave. Rick. Just RIC. RIC in theaters this summer.
They were going to have Abdullah the Butcher address the RNC, but his insistence on blading 5 seconds into his speech even weirded out the Republicans, who are willing to kind of accept some odd stuff.
Dude, those
Some more-
motherfuckers will start carving their foreheads in solidarity, like they're wearing the fucking tampons on their ears. Like, speaking of blading,
the oh god, that thing. I'm sorry. I every time I say Abdullah the Butcher, I just immediately think of Starcade 85 and how he just started the match by stabbing Manny Fernandez with a fork, and it's my
Yes.
favorite. It's my favorite match beginning ever.
hey,
And I'm
daddy, hey, daddy, you know, that was the match that actually drew the crowd, daddy. Because, you know, after Abby and I tore it down in the Mexican death match, and I grabbed that sombrero, half the crowd left, daddy. It's what happened, daddy. And then I
Just watch.
Then I went to the VFW.
Don't double check. Don't double check.
Johnny, they did that in 2 venues, right? Where did they split it between Greensboro and Atlanta?
They left in Atlanta
Yeah.
too. Yeah, everyone left. Daddy. It's my of all of Manny Fernandez's lies, which are legendary, that's my personal favorite one. That everyone left, half the crowd left at Starcade 85 after that match. Balls.
I always have trouble remembering from Starcade 85 which matches were in which location.
Yeah, so do I, because
Yeah.
I was at me and Danzo, my father and his girlfriend at the time, went to Starcade 86 on Thanksgiving. So
I remember. I
definitely
think I remember you telling that story on a podcast at one point. 'cause that
I've
rings
told
a
that,
bell.
dude. I've told that story 100 times, like I've told
Yeah.
all my stories.
Like your mom and Bruno in her needlepoint.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
my
that's
that's
one of
my
my
favorite
favorites.
Johnny story. Yeah.
By the way, don't be ashamed to overshare stories on a podcast. I mean, my podcast partner has gotten so much mileage out of Brutus Beefcake playing cards with his brother in his in his kitchen, and his brother not sharing with him that Brutus Beefcake was playing cards at the house that night. And
Amazing.
just letting him not meet him.
It just gnaws at his soul, like Khan wanting
Yes.
revenge on Kirk.
Yes. Dude, when Jenny couldn't make it,
Vexes.
and I knew that Kelly wasn't going to be here, I thought it would have been great if it could have been the 4 of us, me and Johnny and Peter and Keithy would have been fucking killer.
Yeah, he had a commitment, so
No problem. But I think that would have been a really fun time.
So you got to hey Peter, I hear you got a podcast. Maybe you can make that happen in another form.
Yeah.
I won't drink for that. I do that for this. That's kind of the gimmick.
It's what our fans demand.
Mm-hmm.
I always think back to my solo podcast and how you can tell the episodes when I ingested substances versus the episodes which are like the time I compared Hulk Hogan to Barbara Streisand. That
look, it's flying Sandman.
Yeah, Jesus.
Holy shit.
Awesome.
You were so high you thought the Sandman could do a tope over the top rope. Are you hot? Wait, hold on, guys.
We're all high
Are
right
we
now.
all high right now? I mean, I know I am, but I mean,
Moose wants to ask us if he ever told us about the time Michael Jackson stopped at his house to use the bathroom.
Or more amazing than when you saved all those people from that nursing home fire. Yeah, and I bet it was even more amazing than the time you ate your weight in Godfather's Pizza.
We operate under the Goonies rule at Boom. That's what we tell our wrestlers. You can swear, but don't overdo it.
You would kill
Like
for a
it's-
crowd like this.
Yes. Yeah. Not enough fervent chance.
No. You're gonna have to do a cross promotional angle with whatever the local equivalent of ECW is, just to
Right.
have the crowds interact.
I guess it'd be WrestleCore. We have a good relationship with him. Steven, awesome. That's who has the outdoor lucha shows. What is that? Was that a light tube?
I'll tell you what. You know what? Honestly, lucha of all the various art forms of the professional wrestling, I think the aesthetic that would lean most into what Boom does would be lucha. By the way, I didn't know that I got AAA on my YouTube TV until I was just flipping around this afternoon after the game. And I'm like,
Awesome.
hey, AAA. So I'm going to start watching that now. See how that is. Gertner was the greatest at this point. The fucking neck brace with the bow tie around it.
Yes, so funny. So funny.
No, but he had his tux jacket with no shirt with his hairy chest, and he had the most filthy ring introductions, and they went on forever. Oh,
The vanilla flavored semen.
The only problem with his bit was, he probably felt a great deal of pressure to top it every time. Because
Right.
yeah.
He had to keep. Oh,
This is nuts.
No, I used to do when they do backstage shit of the Dudleys running around doing shit or attacking people, and it would go to like those Pulp Fiction ones. It would go to Gertner vision, and in all the four corners were just Gertner's little head with the neck brace and the bow tie, just going blink, 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 blink as they filmed. It was so fun.
Is that shirt on the Sandman's like just him offering consent to enter the Sandman?
Exactly.
Please.
well, it is
Please.
on the back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
he's
Please.
Well, I'm gonna be passed out, so I'm not gonna be able to answer, bro. I'm not gonna be able to answer, bro. So you read the back of the t-shirt, bro, and they'll let you know I'm fine with it. And you know what? Watch his Dark Side of the Ring and tell me my impression isn't fucking spot on.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you see? Someone who drinks too much and smokes too much from South Jersey / Philadelphia.
Mhm.
Imagine that I can nail the Sandman's accent.
Moose giving us a Gertner line. My dick is bigger than the Titanic because only 3,000 women went down on the Titanic. and Moose said, and he also says, that's the title. Enter the Sandman, and then in parentheses, consensually.
It doesn't beat Broccoli Sampson. Sorry.
You're right. Kevin
Balls-
said
balls is
next
busted
Kevin
open.
saying next time he's on, he might have to introduce us to Zona 23 for Extreme Lucha.
Cool. Here on Mystery Titans, we're open to everything we can watch that doesn't ever have Hulk Hogan on it again. Because
Yeah,
if we can
works
avoid
for me.
it, unless it's
Although we've done a
amazingly
good
ironic.
job, yeah. Although we've done a good job of separating him, like he's always sucked. But we
yeah,
were-
but I mean, but there's so much out there. So unless it's absolutely necessary,
okay.
he's getting Benoit off of this fucking show. Fuck him. Fuck him. You know what? I do it. I would rather watch a Benoit match at this point.
Sure.
At least he was probably legally insane. Hogan's
From-
just a scumbag.
For me, with Benoit, it's almost like I could really only watch the WCW stuff and not so much the WWE stuff. you know,
can see
Interesting.
after
Yeah,
that.
that makes sense. Yeah.
I can see it.
Or anything before that, like Stampede.
Well, except one of the times that I did see Chris Benoit wrestle live was Slamboree 98, which featured him diving full speed into a steel chair, and I'm like, oh, okay, so that's where most of the CTE was from. Not
No,
all.
you're saying so. So that murdered those two people. Got it. We're all good. That's when it happened.
You were an accomplice, Peter.
Right.
I the very first wrestling match I ever got to see is in a Stampede Wrestling house show in a really small town in Alberta, and I remember patting Chris Benoit on the back afterwards.
That's when it happened. That was
Yeah,
one
yeah, that was
concussion
it.
too many.
That was it. Good.
And I thought I was cool because I patted Masato Tanaka on the back,
and nothing hurts him apparently.
yeah.
Oh, look at this! This is fucking great.
Just swinging the kendos.
Very, very close 3 count there. Imagine doing
3D.
that. Oh,
That's it. Sandman being a good guy takes the fucking look. If
Yeah.
you were gonna book this tag match anywhere else, Balls is taking the pinfall. This is
Right.
Balls' hometown, and Sandman's like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Let me get back to the fucking.
Oh. it didn't matter. I mean, he was so bulletproof in that company at that point.
Yeah, but at this
Right.
time, Sandman did not do a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
In fact, Sandman never took a 1, 2, 3 at this point. Really, it was always a fuck finish. Oh, there we go.
Oh. He
Hi,
was
Mom.
paid- he was paid $40 for this show. Come on.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
But there's Big Dick.
Mac. It's not working, Sandman.
Sandman's a left-handed hitter, and they need a platoon.
Big Dick Dudley is maybe my favorite giant like enforcer guy who can't really do anything except a choke slam.
Yeah, I mean, I
history.
compared him to 911 earlier as like the heel version or whatever.
Well,
of,
911, but here's 911 actually wasn't as big as he seemed big at the time. Big Dick Dudley is really a giant. The fact I love the whole Dudley thing is like, well, their father traveled the country just having illegitimate children all over the country, and they all love tie-dye and have bad eyesight. And that this guy, he's like a steroid freak, real tall, giant guy, and his name is Big Dick Dudley. Is perfect.
Kevin, say this whole show, he's wondering how much are these guys getting paid? How much are these guys getting for this show?
What
I mean,
I don't know. What it's a Heyman thing. I mean, how does that work?
insufficient funds. Yes.
Oh, hey, New Jack's there.
Is that New Jack? I thought it was.
I'm getting paid, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're gonna play my music throughout this
Getting
match
played.
like I'm Jimmy Valiant, Daddy.
I'm getting played in white boy blood.
Yeah, look at all those white boys scurrying for the.
Oh, Molson Ice. Oh, that takes
Oh.
me back. Oh. Oh, wait, is that Mustafa there too?
Yeah, the gangsters were there at that time.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Mustafa kind of felt like he faded out really quickly after I started watching, so I wasn't sure if he would.
No, at this point, the gangsters the gangsters were there. They were a big deal, feuding with the Dudleys and various other teams.
Moose says they got paid a handful of pills.
Ooh.
Handful of pills and a
Ooh.
bottle of Surge.
No, Paul Lee convinced them it's all good for publicity and all the free booze you want. You get to hang out at the beach all day and not be, hopefully not be bothered by fans. Actually, think about it. You're the ECW roster, and you're like, all right, we're all gonna go down to the Jersey Shore and hang out on the beach all day. Do a daytime show and do whatever, just for promotion. I can see like wanting to go swimming in the ocean and shit.
Yes. Or
It's
wash
what-
off that.
It's what we did. Them working on their tans.
So did these two teams have a feud at this point? Clearly.
Maybe, yeah, on and off. It's ECW. It was chaos. But yes, at this point, I believe they were feuding. The Dudleys held the fucking ECW tag team titles like 9 times. So there was tons of teams they feuded with. It's
9 times.
9 times.
Yeah. It was the one thing I hated, even though I understood it, when they went to WWF. And at first they had the tie-dyes, and then they switched them to that gear that the camo and shit. And at first I was like, fuck, the tie-dyes is my favorite part, of course. But I kind of understood it. I was like, it looks a little Bush League.
Probably because he wasn't sick.
Here we go. Oh, this keeps going on, dude. Like, look at all every one of these frat boys is scared to death of all of these guys, but especially New Jack. I tried to play this at the strip club one time. With a girl.
Go to the fake palm tree. Go to the fake palm tree. New Jack.
She danced to it, and she's like, "Never do that again. It's not good strip club music." I was like, "It's Tupac. Keep your head ringing. Come on, spin around that pole."
Get on my lap.
Oh, get on my lap. Ugh. This is awesome.
That's what I said.
Look at
There's that big camera. Yeah. Looks like they're wandering into Adventureland.
Oh, dude, there's a miniature golf course right around that corner because the place is lousy. Yeah, that is the that is the architecture of the actual Jersey Shore. That looks like every house down the beach. Oh,
they're throwing him over the bar.
This is awesome. The people who are there to get to drink and not go to the wrestling show are just like, what the fuck is going on?
That's awesome. Good for them. They just walk into Action Park, Moose says.
Oh,
far more people. The most extreme thing.
Park.
That's what I was gonna say. The most extreme thing they've ever done in ECW was go into Action Park.
No, the ECW wrestlers wouldn't go to Action Park, dude. At this point, was Action Park still even active in '97?
Yeah, I think it was. I watched that documentary on Max.
Yeah, so did I. I don't remember.
My wife, who grew up on Long Island, would constantly talk about, we would see the commercials for it, but nobody would ever let us go there because, they would always use the excuse that it was too far away.
Yeah, well, I'd see the commercials for it, and it looked too dangerous for me as a child, but it also, like, New Jersey is a small state, but at that time, like, to get to North Jersey took fucking forever. And where it was, what might as well have been in Camelot or some shit. We're like, we're never going up there. It's never going to happen. We've got Six Flags Great Adventure down here. Tape cut because here we
go. Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Turn up.
Charlie Brown.
Briscoes, Paul Jones, and especially you, Gary Hart. You think I'm the Boogie Woogie Man? Well, Jack, here's the Boogie Woogie Man.
Charlie Brown from Allentown.
This is how Jimmy Valiant is proving that he's clearly not Charlie Brown from Allentown. That guy is.
But that's cool, Daddy. People.
Yeah, that guy's got the exact same energy as Charlie Brown from out of town.
Charlie Brown and me were just alike, Daddy. The only difference between Charlie Brown and the Boogeyman is Charlie Brown. He's ugly. That's why he's gonna wear this mask. Charlie Brown is very tough, though, Daddy.
Do you think Jimmy wishes he could grow hair out of his cheeks and forehead as well?
Then he wouldn't be handsome.
The other guy being told that he's not good looking is probably like, hey, we didn't agree on that beforehand.
Yeah.
Cents per liter on
Yeah. Canadian ads, everybody.
Any BMO credit card.
Oh,
So
get
I'm wondering-
Canada's best.
Oh,
field
here we
discount.
go. The long con continues. And Travis, I just thought of it.
What's that?
When this match is close to ending, you're going to have to jack up the volume really quick for the next thing to be fun.
Okay.
This-
So, Peter, I don't know if you know, but ever since Killer Khan passed away, we did a really brief tribute to him, and then we accidentally had him on the next show, and we have decided it is the MTT promise that Killer Khan will appear at least one time in every Mystery Titans Theater show.
Until we run out of footage.
Until we run out of footage.
He is one of the more underrated dudes who seem to draw money everywhere they went.
He was,
Guys,
he was awesome. He was awesome.
Yeah, and had like great matches, like was involved in like
Yeah.
WWF magazine, of which you're on the cover. You don't know the magazine? Yeah, he's in there. It's all about that green sputum that he.
The green sputum. No, okay, Monsoon doesn't call it the green mist. Monsoon calls it the green sputum. You know what? This is Monsoon and Heenan. You might want to turn this up too.
yeah. The green sputum sounds like a title too. How do you spell it?
And what he didn't know, Mr. Fuji taught him.
You know, he's like Mickey Mantle in Mongolia. He's a national hero.
A lot of people don't.
oh, I thought he meant that he was an alcoholic.
Mr. Fuji, the devious one. Always
The devious
quick with
one.
a king.
Oh,
Oh.
the sputum.
Beautiful shot of it as the referee was distracted by Mr.
Is that
Fuji.
Corderas? That's a young Corderas, I think.
Referee.
Oh, they're always surprised. They're surprised they're still standing.
This has got to be stopped.
How did that get there?
Whoops, the daisy.
Undoubtedly, we'll have to do something about this. He could have pinned him right there. That backbreaker was that devastating.
That's not how Khan
But no,
does
he wanted
business.
this knee drop. Probably the most devastating knee drop in all of professional wrestling today. Oh,
Nice.
excuse me.
That's a dominant squash. I love it, man.
Okay.
Did he have?
Listen,
Did he?
Hold on. It's gonna cut. You got to hear the next thing.
Okay.
Killer Khan, very impressive here this week on Wrestling Challenge.
Just hold that thought.
Do something about that sputum.
I wouldn't worry about that.
That's sputum.
Got to do
Sputum.
something
Something
about that sputum.
sputum.
There it is, right there. The knee
That's
drop
pretty
that
awesome.
cinched the victory.
It's a really unique talent, man. Like, dude, like we did this as just kind of a piss take, but like, dude, he's very
He's
unique.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, you killed it. Here we go. The sputum.
Oh,
Well, the way I can see it is very simple. From my vantage point and what I was looking at, the way Khan
Bobby.
plays,
Let's catch up right now with some.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Listen.
Well, Dundee, I'm going to stick it in and stick it hard this time. You better be ready, brother, because I'm coming with everything I got. It's going to be quite as pretty when I get through with you in Louisville, Kentucky.
look at
That's a shame.
what a fucking pro Lance Russell is. He doesn't break in
The
spite of
best.
all of that.
The best. Yeah, here's a wrap up. Thank you, Johnny, for including
Dude,
season
thank you.
finale.
We put these shows together. Of course, we put this on.
Yeah.
My favorite
Bambi
indie
Hall.
wrestling promotion.
Thanks. Bambi Hall at the show. She look at her. She reminds me of Melissa McCarthy. Her comedic skills. Marta and I are hoping to write an
Did
angle
she
for
take
her.
a shit in the ring?
Not yet.
Okay.
But Amira, man, Amira is maybe the biggest star we have.
Dude, I told you by watching everything here is shot so fucking well
Yeah.
that it puts you above and beyond almost every indie I've seen out there.
Former keeper of the cheeks Tony Baroni and Shaolin Funk were all in competition. A spectacular match, but in the end,
Our boy
it was Malik Mello with the win.
Funk there has decided he's not doing any more of those. He landed on his head.
Yeah, that didn't look fun.
No.
Next, 50% owner Kyle Fines entered with Taryn from accounting and Stephen Crow.
It's the only criticism I have. Just make him a manager. The owner stuff is
Yeah.
yeah.
But
All
we
it would
need
have
something like-
it's passe. Make him just an evil manager who's rich.
before they were interrupted.
And that outfit he's wearing is tremendous.
Yeah.
He's
every
amazing.
show, yeah, he has a new outfit.
No, he's the greatest indie manager in the world. Just make him a manager.
The makeshift trio challenged the clandestine society to a match. Despite Kyle's lack of experience, the chemistry between the clandestine society was too much.
He's been coming into My Sacrifice by Creed.
Yeah, I know. That's funny
lately.
too.
Yeah.
Everything is again. I think everything is perfect except the passe owner stuff.
Yeah. It's the Lance Storm graduate.
Mm-hmm. And future superstar Casey Ferreira.
Yeah.
By the way, Travis, just watching this, I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, so when are they gonna realize that Malik is like a main event guy and he's gonna do and you're gonna do exactly what you're doing? Ooh. Is that Boogie?
No, that's Mark.
Okay. Nice. Look how good that looks. That looks amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Solidifies his place in the main event picture. After the match,
Even this shot's fantastic.
after intermission, it was former president of the United States of America, Abraham, versus Michael Richard Blaze in Loser Leaves Time. A match with implications that go beyond time and space. With no disqualification.
Is that space tape?
It's just something. Mitch, fucking Kyle.
But mentally.
Dude, you know what? He's wearing the neck brace. Show
There
him
you
this
go.
and put the bow tie on it.
Bow tie, I should talk
Yep.
to.
Let him give him a Gertner tribute.
Michael
I hope
Richard
he
Blaze.
wears it. Is he gonna wear it for 6 months? Because he should wear it. Okay, you guys are on a break, right?
Yeah.
I insist he wears it when you guys come back in 2 months.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. Michael Richard Blaze, incredible wrestler,
very good,
based
man.
out of Edmonton.
He's very, very good.
And Abe has been like, we do our
Okay.
with the people who buy season tickets, they get to vote on who their 5 favorites are, and Abraham Lincoln is runaway. He's our number 1 baby face.
Why is he not listening to the crowd who clearly see the chain?
Yes.
The crowd was chanting, "He's got a chain," and he was like, "What?" Oh,
Sadly, it was Lincoln who. But wait, unable to fully close the door, Lincoln was able.
I love that it's basically he's your Undertaker, and that's the coffin match.
Yeah.
That little animation that got put on when that slammed down is fucking amazing. If that was Max's idea,
Yeah, it's all Max.
oh, that's so
look
good.
how official this looks. This is what I owed.
To the BC Athletics Commission.
Like,
But in a chance encounter with
in 2 weeks' time, we've got this asshole Todd Quality joining us.
Opportunity to wipe the slate clean.
Oh, awesome.
Wild Eyes can find a wrestler to beat BC Athletics rep Todd Quality in a match. Quality.
He looks like he's about to look at Robert Duvall and go, "I'm the bad guy."
Yeah.
And who steps in to defend Wild Eyes? None other than Elliot Tyler. After a string of recent victories,
Oh, you picked Elliot Tyler to.
It did not go well. That finish was like it was over. Like it was the shortest match of the night.
You could have picked anybody. I mean, Elliot Tyler's great, but this guy's a giant.
Yeah.
$5,000. And then it was time for our main event. Jackie Lee.
Oh, real quick. When you guys first turned Billy Swade into Shaolin Funk. I
Mhm.
remember thinking like, I don't like that because I was so impressed by him as Billy Swade and that heel character. But watching him now, right, I'm like, he's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
your Jimmy Valiant.
You might be right, buddy.
Yep.
That's great.
But in the end, thanks to his tenacity and daredevil nature, it was
Dude,
who was able
how much bullshit did Max have to go through to hang that fucking thing up there?
Took a while. We took a while to figure it out. It was him and Lane.
But then the unthinkable.
Oh. So what was the story like? If Jackie didn't win, Sharif would have to leave?
Yeah. But he had agreed to it in a state of rage while Sharif was out cold.
So Jackie shouldn't have done that, right? So
Probably
Sharif has
not,
a reason
right?
for being mad at him.
Yeah.
That's good storytelling.
Thanks, pal.
Did you write that, Travis?
We all wrote it together as a committee. No, we weren't sure if we were really gonna do that final turn because these guys have bookings.
That's I was about
right?
to ask you that question because I know
Right?
those guys have bookings as the team.
Yeah. But they said, like Jackie said afterwards, like it's because we have faith in you guys that we agreed to do this. So yeah.
Or also the fact that, again, as Max said on noted patriot Chris Jericho's podcast,
Oh, boy.
you guys don't have a wrestling audience, you have the boom audience, so it doesn't really matter.
Exactly. All right, so what do we got here on our way out here, pal?
Well, I tossed
one
this
last bloodbath, right?
Oh yeah, we're getting a bloodbath there. I included a Japanese one from 2004 and it was a little too long, but we'll get to that. But this is Eric Embry and Invader number 3 down in Puerto Rico. And I don't know who the young lady here at ringside is.
I'm guessing what this is like 1984, you think?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm basing it
86,
entirely
probably.
It says 86. It says 86. Who knows?
Okay.
I'm basing it all off of Eric Embry's look.
Yeah. Dude, I would sleep in that NWA ring apron. Look at that beautiful, beautiful ring apron. Hey, here we go. Let's get right down to it, boys.
Oh, there it is.
See, now that's what Boom needs. Someone needs to just go, you know what? I'm just gonna go into business for myself. Some dumb wrestler that you bring in who just decides to go into business for himself.
Yeah. Crazy.
I mean, blood does make everything better in wrestling.
Right. Yeah, we haven't had any real color, or not on purpose.
That's what I was about to say. It's inevitable that someone's going to get a bloody nose.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a gusher so we can have the first Boom bloodbath. Because to be honest with you, fuck them kids. You know, if you get lucky, if you get lucky,
like Kyle finds.
If you get lucky and his face is covered with fucking blood, but they can still go, fucking do it. This almost looks like Embry rules.
Yeah, well, damn it. This is like the first I've seen of him.
Now we've seen him before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We haven't seen him a lot of him in Puerto Rico, where he truly became a star. But he was a Memphis, Southern guy. Oh,
the famous world. Oh boy,
world class.
The famous world class angle where
world class.
Surprise, surprise! I think he was the booker at the time.
Yeah. That's it.
That's a crazy finish. Is because of the girl on the outside. What a wild match.
Yeah.
For such a short match to bleed that much.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donna Summer.
When World Class was still definitely dying, there was some really fun stuff. When Cactus Jack was there, young, good TV, and Eric Embry became the most unlikely baby face of all time.
Yeah.
In
That's
world
what
class.
Kevin's saying. They saved world class. He's like Dirk Diggler in Boogie Nights.
Uh-huh.
That's what this music makes me think of.
Tell you what, I watched a little of the AAA show before. I'm like, hey, I found it and I'm gonna now record them all. The little that I watched kind of stunk. So
Yeah, I've heard AAA is not in a good spot these days. Carlos
hey,
Colon.
Carlos and his giant cock.
That youngster.
Here we go. Turn this up.
Oh my God. My favorite segment ever.
Number one, baby. That's what it stands for. Jim Crockett Promotions. You know why? Because worldwide wrestling is number one across the world. Get the best wrestling in the world. And can't nobody say nothing else. And I want you to understand that. Woo! And I want to let everybody know. Dusty Rose, he wasn't jiving on Arn Anderson. Look out, Tully Blanchard. He coming your way. He gonna whoop you more than you ever been whooped before. Nikita, I know you've been talking that jive and been backing out, but Magnum, all the life, and then he gonna take care of business on you. Woo! All right now. All right now.
When he switched to these fucking tights, I hated it. Listen,
Why?
listen.
Oh, why?
Listen.
Right here is the best black athlete in the world. Pistol Pez Watley, my brother.
Nice. Why'd you even have to mention my color, you son of a bitch?
Yeah, but watch. You mentioned I was just putting over all the baby faces. Now I'm gonna take out these scissors that I conveniently carry in my back pocket and cut off your fucking ponytail.
For just such an occasion.
Johnny, you don't know what kind of arts and crafts program they had backstage at Crockett in
Yes,
86.
yes.
I mean, that roster was very well versed in all of the elements of our cultural stew.
All right, awesome.
Peter,
boy.
thank you so much. You're the best, man.
Thanks. It's been a pleasure. I love doing this so much.
Yeah, we will sign off here. Thank you for joining us, Kevin and Moose and everybody else in the chat.
Yeah, man. Guys.
Follow us on the Patreon. We've got some really fun matches coming, including one of Peter's choices.
And the whole catalog of great shit.
Yeah. Check the Patreon, you guys. It's there's some great stuff. Anything, Peter, you want to say on the way out?
GFA Live, it's on my own podcast feed, although it's probably still listed as Greetings From Allentown, me and Keithy. We're watching 89 WWF right now, so if it's your thing, good. But if not, and you like The Sopranos, you'll probably enjoy the show too.
I just did a rewatch of Sopranos, so I guess I'll be listening.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay,
Thanks for
okay,
watching,
real quick.
everybody.
Okay, while we're talking Sopranos, who is your favorite weird character who only appeared a couple times?
Oh, okay. Right now, my current obsession is that guy in season 6. I think his name is Jimmy, who stands in the background when they're like having a conference, and he goes, "For the record, the car thing was a hit and run."